What's happening, YouTube? Johnny Glock here. It's like the third time I've shot this video. I gotta get to work, man. And for the Gen 5. And basically, it's almost like I feel like I have to muster some vigor in my whatever, because, we have seen this before. As people that work on the inside of guns, for me, this is kind of something I've already seen. Minute changes, not anything that's completely innovative or anything like that. It's basically a larger G42, G43 setup with some changes here and there, just in the cosmetics of the trigger housing and the trigger shoe. So I'm just going to bring the camera down. I'm going to make this a short one because, like I said, I've already done this 3 times. I took it all apart the first time. The second time I just concentrate on the internals. Now I'm just going to fly through this and let you guys make your own decision. But you've seen this before, so I'm bringing this down here. As you can see, it's got a bunch of hodgepodge because I've already taken it apart. And here's the Gen 5. Okay, changes to the frame, flared mag well, seam modular back strap, 2 pins now instead of 3. Actually, this was a bear to get out, man. This is one of those ones almost like a 42 or 43. If you've ever had to wrestle with one of those, you know the deal. The slide changes, more beef up in the front from the Gen 4. Different safety plunger, but once again, we've seen this in the 42s and 43s. It's smarter because it's a little bit cut into the slide, whereas this one, sometimes you're thinking the vertical extension is going to slide over. So that's it. Next, this is something that is going to help clean up the trigger. You have like metal on either side of the trigger now, which is going to keep it, it's going to keep it tracking straighter. Not a ton, but still, it's something. It's something that is going to hold it on either side there. As you can see, it's coming right out of there, and in my opinion, I think it's going to make it feel a little more comfortable, which it does feel a little bit more stable, rather, maybe a little more confident. It doesn't have a lot of wiggle, but then again, the other ones aren't either. But what this has just done has pretty much knocked every single aftermarket shoe out of the business. You're not going to be able to put, until they modify theirs, they're not going to work. There's too much. I'll show you why. Because if I pull this out, you can see right there how they have thinned the trigger on either side. So I'll bring it down here so you can see right there. So there's a cutout there, and there's a cutout there. And if I do the micrometer on it, it's like 2515. And if I use a standard shoe, you can see there's 2515 right there. I'll bring it down like that so you can almost see the difference. God, I hate this camera stuff. So basically that was 25. This is 33.85, something like that. So there's a substantial difference in these two shoes. Next, like I said, it's the captured cruciform, just like the 42, 43. Now I showed you guys how to work on that spring. God, wish I wouldn't have. No, I'm just kidding. So there's other ways to do that too. There's other ways to beef it up, but I mean it is possible. And this is a dot connector, and so it seems that they've changed a little bit of the radius here. They're using a dot connector, so it's going to probably have the same feel as a Gen 3 with a how everyone puts their Gen 3 bars and Gen 4s. That's basically the feel you're going to have if you keep a dot connector. If you keep the dot connector, which is going to make your brake quicker, you're not going to have as much creep with the dot connector. It's going to snap faster, and all the attributes of the different connectors. The 3.5 is just going to be a longer, spongier brake. Aftermarket, you are going to be able to use a different connector. You can put a 3.5 of your choice in here, or plus, or standard, whatever you want. So that's one thing this is probably the only aftermarket capable swap out that this has, really, you know. And I'm really pleased that I use you know, all Glock parts, and I've stuck to that because I really do like Glock. So I know I'm supremely confident I will be able to build my triggers with this setup. You know, so if you do have any Gen 5s and you want to send them my way, you know, I can knock them out with the same type of characteristic pre-travel, reduction, what you want the wall to feel like, what you want the brake to feel like. The poundage is the easy part, and of course no over travel, and a short quick reset. You know, I mic'd these up already to see if they had changed anything here for the over travel. It's the same as the other window in the Gen 4. So this is the Gen 5. This is the Gen 4, and you can see it's the exact same there. It's the same shelf, drop safety shelf width here, length rather. So there hasn't been a lot of, you know, huge changes. There's this kind of hooky thing that they put here, which I think is cool. I don't know why they did it yet, but I think it kind of protects the, you know, cruciform a little bit, gives it some, especially when it's in battery. So we'll see what that's all about after a while and how that plays in. It's the same ejector, same ejector numbers, and so if you want an aftermarket ejector, I don't even know if someone sells an aftermarket ejector. That would be ridiculous. You can change these ones so easily. But yeah, that's it, man. I mean, it's not that huge of a change. It's a huge change for the big frames because they didn't have this setup before. But as far as, you know, innovative, we've seen this before in the Gen 42, 43. The locking block's shorter, of course, because the frame is different. And like I said in my other video that I didn't put out, like, it's a Glock. Everyone's going to change this anyway. You know, they're going to stipple it, cut it up, modify it. You know, there'll probably be people now that, like, a new modification will be like finger groove returning. Like, I'll put the finger grooves back on these guns for people. Now that they're gone, everyone's going to want them back. So basically, you know, it's a Glock. Everyone's going to change it. So you're going to see all this stuff change, but the thing that usually doesn't change too much is the internal stuff. It has to have be that way to function. Same thing with the slide. People are going to cut the living bejesus out of the slide. So that's another thing. Like I said, they beefed it up here. Some minor changes, but you know, for those of you that do slide work, I'm sure you'll have to factor in the fact that they've, you know, rounded this here a little and changed that up. You can really see that over the top there. It's a different bullnose kind of effect now. And like I said, there's more meat here, but you know, all in all, bring it back up. It's the same trigger as a G42 and G43. And so as soon as the parts come available, I'll be having triggers for them, and I'll be using OEM parts, of course, and I'll be shooting some videos of those, how they operate and how they work, and you'll get to see what's going on there. And that's really about it. So Johnny Glock, www.johnnyglock.com. Phone number is 941-376-4383. YouTube channel, you're watching it right now. So I mean, I have Facebook and Instagram, just Johnny Glock it. And that's about it, man. Have a great day, and I hope you enjoyed.